The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Monday, the 24th day of October, 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Lindos. I'm Jamel Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sherry, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you as well. Trying to make sure I get this whole bun in the frame.
Yeah. Oh, right. We don't want to miss the bun. Yes.
No, because then you're gonna be like, your bun was cut off. So
Yeah.
make sure I'm got it all together. Okay, there we go.
I'll do that. Okay. We want to see what's in between the bun as well.
Yes.
That pretty
How are
face,
you,
yes.
Jamal? Oh wow, this is being recorded.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, you all say I don't say nice things, and I don't, you make me seem like the bad apple. And
you can be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm fine. Thanks for asking, Sherry. Nobody ever asked how I'm doing.
I did.
Yeah, you did. That's what I'm saying. You just did. That's what I'm saying. I'm not being facetious. No, thank you for asking. I'm, not normal. You all don't ask me how I'm doing. So
lies. But Jamal,
what?
How wonderful was your evening last night?
You know what? Let's talk about that in a few. Yeah,
okay.
It was a great evening. Greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Abayomi Carmichael from the Regulatory Authority. And also, thank you to everyone who continues to support us. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up for membership on our YouTube channel. Just hit the button to become an official member, the join button, that is, of our channel right below this video. We look forward to welcoming more members. And what do those members get? Well, if you're a part of the TDH community, guess what, Sherry? They get to go to People's Pharmacy this past weekend. You saw Michelle White, who put up a really nice post. We love Michelle. Michelle is one of our dear friends of the Daily Hour. She's a rider, folks. She's a rider.
Yeah.
It's still cool to say rider.
Probably not, but it's you, and your soul is seasoned.
Yeah,
so go ahead, Jamal. You still
I'm
say
not
drops.
so. I accept that. But I'll have to ask Maya if they still say rider. I'll ask her.
Maya's cringing right now. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay,
but anyway, you still say drops, mics, and all of that, Jamal.
I ain't never said that. Anyway, whatever. Hating on a brother, But yeah, that
Michelle.
said, she just do me like that. But folks, if you're part of the TDH community, you could be like Michelle White, hanging out at People's Pharmacy, getting huge discounts on a Saturday like they did this past weekend, only for TDH community members. We've also did the shopping night at Medical House as well. So that's our contribution to the TDH community. We understand that inflation is rising, and we're trying to look out for you with our partners to see how we can assist you in these times of need. So thank you to the Daily Hour crew, Sherry, Phil, Larry, Maya, Sancha, Shanta, who continues to put this stuff together in the back for ensuring that our TDH community can take advantage of these things. But you mentioned last night, Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Power Girl Trina. Trina, Power Girl, O'Connor Painter. What a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What a conversation. And
it definitely was great,
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, last night, we launched Jamel Hartman Unscripted and had a very much unscripted conversation with Bermuda's Power Girl, as I call her. uh, quite a phenomenal person. Um, you know, when I think of Patrina, and you can go and watch it on your own, folks, I just see someone who, on the outside, people just see this bubbly voice, hear this bubbly voice, see this bubbly
Yeah.
person, right? Um, but she's an example of someone who has pressed on and persevered through the pain and the things that she's been through. And if you don't know
Hmm.
what we're talking about, folks, trust me, you may gain even more respect if you haven't already for Patrina after watching last night's show. It
Hmm.
was phenomenal,
It
and I
was great.
appreciate her being so open and honest. And for some reason, there's these rumors going around about me that I'm this hard guy and I rough people up on the daily hour. And Sherry, please help dispel these rumors.
Well, I put some makeup on right here to cover up these slapping chops.
Wow.
It's all a joke, people.
Wow.
Jamal actually is a very softy.
Mhm,
Well,
mhm,
let me put it like this. He
mhm,
don't play with me.
mhm,
I can't speak for everybody else. One thing he does not
mhm,
do is test
mhm,
Sherry.
mhm, mhm.
But otherwise, no, Jamal is sweet
Yeah,
until we
yeah, yeah.
talk
Keep going, keep going.
until we talk about politics.
Well,
And then
speaking of politics,
I
so
openly do it, right?
well, you started it, folks. We've got a question for you this morning. So we heard, we had heard that the Honorable former Minister of Finance, the Honorable Curtis Dickinson, MP Dickinson, who went up against Premier David Burt to challenge for the leadership last week, Thursday. We heard that he was asked to remove his 15-minute video that he put out last week, which was basically well received by the public. We heard
Mhm.
that he was asked to remove the video. Well, if you went on Media Maya on Instagram this past weekend, you would notice that the video is no longer there. The question of the morning. Now, if you watch that video,
Yeah.
you heard honesty. You heard honesty as far as MP Dickinson saying Bermuda is on the brink. He
Transparency.
he gave a very realistic view of where the island currently sits economically. The question of the morning for all of you: do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube, be it a request by the party or not? Do you believe that MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? Is it in the best interest of Bermuda to keep it there? Or is it the best interest of the party? What are your thoughts, folks? Do you believe he should have removed his video?
Jamal, I know people are on the keyboards right now.
Mm,
This is how you're trying to kick off Monday.
well, you started.
Um, I did. And the thing is that no, I do not think that he should have removed it. It was his truth, it was his perspective, it was his YouTube channel, it was his thoughts. And whether they be right or wrong, it's his opinion and it's his thought process. And I don't believe that that should have been done. I think then we tap into freedom of speech, we tap into different elements that just draw your eye and your concern on what's going on in the party. And
Well,
how could someone ask you to do that?
I find it very interesting that the video was okay to be up last week, but it's a problem now. Well, maybe it wasn't okay, but why were you okay with the video being up last week, but now it's a problem? I just don't see who it benefit. Well, that's another question. Who does it benefit for that video to be removed? To me, the video was in the best interest of Bermuda and Bermudians because he
Exactly.
mentioned some truths that maybe Bermudians needed to know.
To know, go back and look at, digest, have conversations about. But then I'm also concerned as to why the Honorable Curtis Dickinson even followed through with the request because I don't feel like he had to.
Well,
So
I
I'll be
mean,
interested in his process and wondering how he came to that decision.
I
And if
think he's a
somebody
man of.
was,
It goes back to him saying he's a man of principle, right? And he
yeah.
felt his principles. It aligned with his principles. Question is, do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? Gloria Dill says the content of the video was good, but the timing was not. What do you mean by that,
Mm,
Miss Gloria? What do you mean the timing was
yes,
not good? Dr.
cousin
King.
Gloria.
I believe it was Dr. King that said it. It's
Mm,
always the right time, yeah,
yeah.
to do the right thing. So what do you mean
Hmm.
the time? How was it good, but the wrong timing? It's always the right time to do the right thing, no?
Well, the timing was during, I mean, he was challenging for leadership. So I'm not understanding.
When would be the
Um,
right time to release that video?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? Tanya Cheeseman says, no, no, no. B. Denise Hollis and Rondell Richardson for you, Sherry.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I think that the video should stay up.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And no, but I understand why now has to show a united front with the party. But is he united with them? Is the question. I didn't get that. And by his resignation, I don't think that he was united with the party and some of the policies and procedures that they had going on as well. So I don't know about that.
It's interesting because look, I believe a united party could lead to a united Bermuda. Um, but it can't be party first, right? I think that's where we failed with party politics, putting party first. I'm a bit disappointed that the video has been removed. I think that the video was in the best interest of Bermuda, maybe not the party,
Right.
but I believe the video was in the best interest of Bermuda, maybe not the premier, but it was in the best interest of Bermuda, maybe not the MPs and the cabinet. But I believe that video was in the best interest of Bermuda and the Bermudian people. That video could have been a source for people to go back to when a topic came up about the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's some smart people out there, so I'm pretty sure that video is somewhere. I'll leave that there. Do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? Traveling Trotty says, no, the video should not have been removed. It is a part of recording the democratic process for the leader of the PLP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still stuck on the timing thing.
Come on, Gloria. My
What? Yeah,
cousin.
I'd really like to understand, Miss Gloria Dill. I'd really like to understand when would have been a right time or a better time or a good time to release that
Yeah.
video. I'm not understanding that perspective. Do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube, folks? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that is it bullying by the PLP that said, please
Mm-hmm.
remove it? Is it ego?
Mm-hmm.
Why would that request be made? And does it send a good message to the people of Bermuda? Because the people of Bermuda, especially young people, are already skeptical, right? They're already thinking
Right.
there's lies, there's no transparency, there's no, you're not honest, right? Well, this would align with those thoughts. This would align with that because what you're simply saying is, well, hey, take that video down. It's saying some things that we don't want the public discussing or engaging.
But they already know from the 15 minutes of the video in the week or the few, however long it was old. So I'm still confused as to taking it down now means what?
So the way politicians think, Sherry, and this is real, they
Okay.
believe people have short memories. So and I'm literally telling you, that's what they think. That's how politicians work to stay in power. The ones that are so focused on power over people.
Mm-hmm.
The way their minds operate is, oh, they'll forget about this. So the idea to remove it is don't allow them to remind themselves about what was said. Don't let's keep them focused on the the fact that we've given them $150 and light bulbs.
The
Let's keep that stuff in front of them. But no, let's remove this stuff talking about the economy is in a bad state and that, you know, we're on the track of 2012 when the PLP lost to the OBA. Don't put that stuff out there. We want them to forget about that.
But that's the thing, Jamal, we can't forget. When you're living it and you're in it, you know, it becomes, yes, maybe the norm, but we still remember what that feeling is. We know what it used to be and we know what it is now, and it's a vast difference between the two. So we can't forget it. The economy is what it is right now, and it's not good. And people are feeling it every day.
Well,
so removing the video does what?
Well, that goes to the point I always say. A good government doesn't have to tell people what they've done or what they're doing for them, because the people will feel it. Do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? That's your question this morning. Do you believe it's in the best interest of Bermuda that that video is no longer there? We know it's likely in the best interest of the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party, but is it in the best interest of Bermuda? Marquita Lee says, absolutely not. Rondell Richardson, Sherry.
Meaning after the vote, they all played nice and said they are moving forward together. The video will not be seen as him being united, even though we know it's not. I think that was the answer to her question or her statement earlier.
What statement earlier?
That they wouldn't appear to be a united front.
Well, I'll say it. I mean, that's optics, right? That's optics. I think that's optics more than anything. And I think the people of Bermuda deserve more than optics. I truly believe that removing that video and putting up a united front for the party is not necessarily putting Bermudians first. Personally, that's how I feel. So I'm disappointed. Like I said, I think that the video should have remained. I think it could have been a reference point for the Bermudian people. And I think that's why it was asked, Mr. Dickinson was asked to remove the video. Yeah. Because it showed that, you know, Bermuda was in a bad state. And who's the government overseeing the island right now? Go ahead, Sherry.
No, and I was saying, and it was coming from him, somebody who's been in the mix and in the realm of the PLP and part of the party, right? So people would tend to take it as the truth and the foresight of what he's saying. So it's just, it is disappointing, Mr. Curtis.
Like I said, someone somewhere has a copy of that video. What are your thoughts, audience? Do you believe that MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? If you remember correctly, Maya shared a clip of the video last week on this very show. The video had a lot of things in there, not one of them with Mr. Dickinson basically saying that the island is on the brink, that Bermudians are not being told the truth about the economic state. It's interesting. It's interesting. Do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? Sean Smith says no, but he did post the video out of principle or as part of his campaign. Sorry, did he post the video out of principle or as part of his campaign?
Is that one and the same?
I mean, I think they could be one and the same. And I you know, even though it was a campaign, do people remove stuff? I know we remove like the signs in the US after an election's held. We pick up signs, but this is not a sign. This is the internet.
Well, and I think he's also indicated in even on his interview on the show, that his principles are part of his campaign. His principles is what he stands on. His principles are what he delivers. So I don't think it was one or the other. I think they were definitely one and the same. And I still think he stands on those principles of that 15-minute video, regardless of whether he had a campaign or not. Did it come to the forefront because of campaign? Is the motivation? Possibly. But I still think that those are still his core principles.
Yeah, I think what he's saying, what basically is what Sherry's saying is, at the end of the day, that video could have been released if there wasn't a campaign for leadership. The facts still remain, folks. Like, the facts remain. And truthfully, in the interest of transparency, more MPs, their loyalty should be to the people of Bermuda and should provide such honesty like that. Yeah. Do you believe MP Dickinson should have removed his video from YouTube? Tanya Cheeseman and Nicole Walker sharing.
What is worse for the recording? What is worse for the recording of history, the video being part of history or the party asking for it to be removed?
I'm going to go with the latter. Yeah.
He absolutely should not have removed it.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. Let's bring Maya in, folks. We've got a great guest coming up, Abayomi Carmichael coming on. And this is another important conversation, a very important conversation. We're talking about public consultation. Now, last week I was so annoyed on Friday. That happens pretty often. But on Friday in particular, because, there are people that keep acting as if, if you want to have an opinion, then you should get involved politically. Again, one of the great things about the conversation with Patrina last night was the fact she's doing like a lot. She's making a difference and an impact in the lives of so many. And guess what? She is not the least bit interested in politics. Actually, you want to tune in to find out what she said when she was asked about politics. Obviously, somebody was working against us because they kicked out of the studio when that question was asked originally. But folks, you want to check that conversation out last night. It was probably one of the most honest conversations from someone who you probably see in a certain way. And trust me, if you know Patrina, you would fall in love with her a bit more after the conversation last night. So you can check that out. Jamel Hartman Unscripted. It was a truly unscripted conversation right through. And I'm, again, grateful to Patrina for that. But let's bring Maya in before I get in trouble. Sherry don't want to get in trouble with me.
I never do.
Yeah, you want to go down with me.
Good morning. This is the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy.
Hey, Maya, what's happening, player?
All these old phrases, players and ride or dies, as I heard earlier.
No, so they don't say rider no more? They don't say rider?
Even I know that. You're either capping or you need facts or something. See, this is it, Jamal. And even capping is getting old at this point. But but I'm the older one. I'm the oldest. I'm just saying.
So no cap means not lying or something like that, right?
Yeah. I
see,
still say that.
I've got the hang of it.
I can't tell if it's still relevant, but I still say it.
Oh, relevant. Well, look, I mean, I'm getting there. I'll get there. Whatever, Sherry. Whatever. Anyway, did you have an opinion that you wanted to share on the video being removed before we move on to the news?
Let's say all I'm going to say on that, with my opinion, is, I'm very into history of Bermuda, and I just felt like it was a piece of history that was removed. That's how I felt about it.
And I think many would agree. What you got in the news for us? Please, something good?
Well, kind of leading toward the politics again right now. It's still quite prevalent on the island. And so there was a statement that came out from PLP last night, actually on Sunday. And it was basically, here, I'll just read it out for you, but it's about the protests that have been circulating around from the internal election. But the PLP statement says the rumored protest scheduled for this Friday in opposition to our internal leadership election result is misguided and misdirected. It will not serve to change the outcome. Everyone has a right to prefer one candidate over another. That is the beauty of our democracy. But should the results not end in favor of your preferred candidate, it can be dangerous and divisive to undermine the democratic process through which a leader or representative is elected. They went on to state some more about how back in the day when David Burt defeated Dennis Lister by 39 to 35 votes, there wasn't this much of an outpour around the island. And they also mentioned how Dickinson and Burt both have, told people that we don't want this.
So remove the video and remove the march. Like, what else were we removing? Like, it's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I first off, the comparison with David Burt and Dennis Lister is stupid because neither of them was premier at the time, and you can't compare the acts of someone. Neither of them were leader; they were being voted in to replace Mark Bean. This is a totally different thing because one has been the premier for the last 5 years, and people are more affected by the one's actions. So, PLP, that's stupid. That's stupid. What I will always also add to that is I actually agree with the PLP with this. I agree. I agree that, folks, honestly, it happened. The delegates made their decision. Now, hold the government accountable and then do what you have to do at the next election. The truth is, am I upset that the delegates get to vote for the leadership? Yeah, but that's how it is.
Right.
That's why it's important for you all to understand this is on you, because if it weren't for the general public, then the PLP wouldn't be in position to vote for their leader, who is in turn the premier. So this is on the general public. That's why I say it's over to you. You have a say, but your say takes place at the general election. Hold the government accountable. I'm not telling you not to march. Do what you please. But as far as it being effective, remains to be seen. Maya, what else you got for us?
Well, up next on the news, so you heard the Honorable Michael Dunkley on the show, The Daily Hour, when he said, and I quote, "I have always been involved in politics and have taken the approach that I stay out of other people's politics," saying that he's not a member of the Progressive Labour Party and he won't comment on their internal election. Well, on Friday, the opposition leader, Cole Simons, definitely put his words through when it came to the internal election. He said, and quote, "The delegates have now spoken, but have the people. Now that Premier Burt has survived the leadership challenge within the Bermuda Progressive Labour Party, what does that mean for the country? It's no secret most of the country is dissatisfied with the state of affairs in Bermuda. The leadership challenge offered many a ray of hope for a better tomorrow if Mr. Dickinson won, but 97 delegates made a choice that all of Bermuda must live with another 4 years with David Burt if an election is not called."
And I'll say to that, power to the people. Hold him accountable. Hold them accountable. What does that look like? What does that feel like? Guess what? They come on your doorstep. Go on theirs. I've said it before. If you have issues that are not being met, they work for you. I'm done on it. I'm done. Yeah.
My last news for today, if you would have heard it already, hopefully last Wednesday, the payroll tax rebate that the government promised in July for workers making less than $96,000 is being delivered. 75% of Bermuda's workforce is eligible to apply for the payroll benefit. As of last week, persons earning less than $60,000 annually will receive a $250 benefit, and persons earning between $60,000 and less than $96,000 will earn a $100 benefit. If you're eligible, then you could apply online at economicrelief.gov.bm, and the deadline is all the way into December. So that's the last on my news.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What are we looking like outside, Miami? Good weather.
Weather today is going to be sunny periods, might be a few showers as well. So, just look out for that. Might be not be the best time to flat press your hair. We got a high of 80 degrees as well.
Oh, that's what
we
happened.
all not know. Oh gosh. Jamal, if you press your hair and the weather's real good, it will remain straight. If the humidity is high, her hair is going to shrink and start to fluff up.
Yes,
water is her enemy right now. Water is kryptonite right now. She does not want to get her hair wet.
We need more guys in the audience to let me know. Like, am I the only one oblivious to this, fellas? Come on now.
You're really oblivious to this?
I don't know that stuff. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wow.
I grew up with all women, but I'm just not.
You keep saying that, and then I really question, like, what?
Because the house was full of women, but outside it was all us fellas. But what you got days of the year, Sherry?
Yes, Friday was Nacho Day. Well, today is Food Day, and it falls on the October 24th each year. This day is celebrated for the first time in 1975, and it was created for the by the Center for Science and Public Interest, and was supposed to be similar to Earth Day. The day toasts nutritious and healthy food and focuses on educating people on healthy eating, good farming methods, and safe food production. It also reminds us of the strides we made in living more healthy lives. Growing food is viable and reasonable always.
Food day. What kind of food you guys gonna enjoy today?
I have a little oatmeal bowl right here, right now. I'll probably have a little salad later. I'm trying to get this thing done, Jamal. Trying to.
What's on your menu, Mike?
I have some asparagus in the fridge, so I'll probably air fry that.
Oh, so basically, we're all eating healthy. I want this. What's it? How do you pronounce it? Acai or acai? Acai bowl. I want one of those.
Yes, I think it's that.
I thought it was Aki.
Acai.
Yeah.
I feel like acai sounds better though, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it does, but it's Aki bowl.
I'm gonna have an acai bowl. I don't think it's Aki. It's an accent on the end, definitely. Look, question on Daily Hour social media this weekend was about which would you choose? Right, you have to choose one, else you're getting a 10-year bid. It was candy corn or black licorice. Maya, what did you choose?
Thank you, Maya. Thank you.
What happens if I don't choose any?
A 10-year bid.
A 10-year bid?
Oh, that's old people talk. Sorry.
Bid,
10 years
come
in prison.
on, Maya.
10 years in prison.
Look, I'm sorry. I feel like 10 years in prison would be a good story afterwards, but no, I guess I'll pick candy corn.
Candy corn? What you got, Sherry?
I might take the beard because I've been in candy corn wars all week in these past 2 weeks with people that love it. Like I get videos and statements and everything. I can't licorice. Ugh. I'm gonna have to do the 10 years. Come on, Maya, we could do it together. It'll be fun. Let me tell you, I said it. The only time I would do prison or anything would have to be in Bermuda. I'm not doing stateside. No.
Well, I'll say this, folks. Honestly, I guess I will try one. I don't think I've ever had candy corn because it looks like wax, and then black licorice. That's just not my kind of candy. So it tastes like wax. It literally looks like a candle-like thing. But
thank you, John.
That said, audience, let us know. Candy corn, black licorice, or a 10-year bid. What you doing? Maya, thank you so much for today, folks. We have a very important conversation. Please, you need to be a part of this conversation because at the end of the day, this is on you. Public consultation. You all want to be, we don't want you complaining in the daily and on social media about the price of things when you could be a part of these conversations. Maya, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for not saying the joke today, Jamal. Bye.
We were almost, Maya, I was not going to say nothing to Tune in. Oh my God.
Folks, I'm going to save the joke for after since Maya's gone. I'll save the joke for later. Do not go anywhere. We got a guest coming up. Going to take a quick break.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Sherry Vanderpool, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, don't forget to sign up for membership. Just hit the join button to become an official member of our channel. The join button's right below the video. Also, again, thank you to Bermuda's Power Girl, Katrina, last night. Again, an amazing conversation. I'll just share the link in the chat. On Facebook and YouTube. If you missed that conversation, you can go there, check it out. If you've never, ever heard her story, trust me, it's one for the ages. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest. We've got Mr. Carmichael, Abayomi Carmichael from the Regulatory Authority. Well, let's find our crowd and welcome, give him a warm welcome into the Daily Hour studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jamal. How are you? Good morning to your guests.
Morning. So I'm sorry, the crowd goes crazy sometimes. They just they can't contain themselves. But no, first off, thank you for doing this. We appreciate always good friends at the Regulatory Authority. Let's jump right into it. Very engaging audience. For those who may not know, what is the purpose of the Regulatory Authority and what's your role within the organization?
Sure. Thank you, Jamal. So the Regulatory Authority is an independent regulatory body over the telecommunications and electricity space. I am the senior manager here at the RA for energy.
All righty. And what is public consultation? Because we hear people, for instance, the biggest one you hear people complaining about in Bermuda is the Belco bill, right? People are always on about the Belco bill, but you guys have a lot of meetings as far as what things are gonna look like, look like, or what's being requested. And these things are called public consultation forums. What is public consultation and why is it so important?
Sure. So a public consultation is really an opportunity for the general public to make comment and to weigh in on the decisions that the RA is considering as it goes through various changes as to how we regulate. So as it relates to electricity, we do have a number of public consultations out right now. And it's an opportunity for people to have their say as to, what does the electricity look like? What do their bills look like? What's the structure of the industry?
And folks, it's important. I mean, we have a tendency to go on social media, express ourselves. We have a tendency to, argue amongst ourselves about things. Well, public consultation gives you the opportunity to be in the room when these conversations are taking place. How does public consultation impact the work of the RA?
The RA is, through the public consultation process, we get feedback from the public on the particular topic of that consultation, and it allows us to take that into account as we're going through our deliberations. So that's really how the public consultations, the impact it has. The one we're talking about today is all about electricity, and it really only matters to people who use electricity. So if you don't use electricity, then it's not relevant to you. But as long as you're an electricity user, this is your opportunity to have your say as to what's going on in the electricity space.
I'm pretty sure, I think everyone in our audience, I think is talking to you.
Well, speak to us about the retail tariff methodology consultation. What is that about? That's a whole mouthful.
It is. And to be fair, it's a fairly intense, it's probably the most intense of the three that we have out right now. The retail tariff methodology, as it's called in layman's terms, is the process that's used to determine how Belco recovers the money that they've spent providing electricity. So the legislation says that Belco, ought to recover its funds, but at a very high level, we have a tremendously detailed document that goes through the exact mechanisms of all the avenues through which they would get paid. So to a lay person, there will be things in there that they may want to weigh in on. For example, there are incentives programs that we put in that methodology that allows Belco to earn, say if they come in under budget for a project, those monies partially get returned to customers, partially go to Belco, and the proportion, is it 80-20, is it 50-50, is it 70-70, 70-30? then that's something the public has a chance to weigh in on and say, well, what should those proportions be?
Okay. So many feel that public consultation is a waste of time because the RA is going to make its own decision anyway. How can members of the public be assured that their opinions are being considered?
That is a very good question. We are a independent regulatory body. We are accessible to the public through our website, ra.bm, and we publish our reports. So every question, every comment that's sent into us, it gets integrated into a report. You can see the thoughts of the RA as it relates to that, so people can see that their comments matter. And historically, they have mattered a lot. It's very much shifted public policy, the rate of comments from the public. And I should also add that it's important to talk about people that don't comment. They don't have an opportunity to weigh in on. So you can end up with a swaying of depending on people's lack of participation. So we're really encouraging people to participate so that we have a well-rounded view as to what the community wants, and we can take that into consideration.
Okay. And Balco bills are always, of course, a hot topic of conversation. So many different changes. Can you explain what parts of the bill actually mean, like the facility charge? Like what facilities charge? I'm sorry. What do parts of the bill mean?
Sure. So in very simple terms, there's an energy portion of the bill, which is tracking your consumption of electricity. And then you have, as you mentioned, the facilities charge, which is really just the fixed charge that relates to getting energy to your house from, let's say, your nearest pole. So those are the two basic aspects of the bill.
Well, thank you. Because a lot of times you see this charge, this fee, this charge, this fee, it goes up, it goes down. And so having a good idea of what that can be is awesome. I see you have some other consultations open, including the feed-in tariff methodology and the work plan. What are those about?
The feed-in tariff methodology is the way we determine the cost or the price of renewable energy from, households that do not have a license. So there's less than 1,000 or so households in Bermuda, or small scale providers of energy, and sometimes they have excess energy that goes into the grid. So the feed-in tariff determines, well, what will their neighbor, let's say, pay for the electricity. So it's an opportunity for everybody to weigh in as to what should that price be and what should be included in how it gets priced.
Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. And where can we find information about the public consultations, and how can we give our feedback?
Sure. Thank you, Sherry. So if you go to ra.bm, the RA's website, the banner right at the top will point you to the various open public consultations we have going on right now. And as always, like I said, everybody who uses electricity ought to have a say. This is an opportunity to have a say, and we definitely welcome comments from the public. They do matter.
We have some questions from the audience. Let's go to the audience. If you have any questions or comments for Mr. Carmichael, please send them through. We have Melissa Butler. She's asking, do you address billing practices of the industries you regulate? You see many complaints of companies charging fees for services that they are no longer receiving.
Thank you, Melissa, for that question. Yes, I'm only speaking to electricity today, but we do have a very strong consumer protection aspect of the RA, and we do deal with billing queries if they need to be elevated to our level. So, yes, definitely.
All right, and it seems like Balco is public enemy number one when it comes to Bermuda. With the regulatory authority, obviously Balco being the only real utilities company in Bermuda offering the service they offer as far as electricity. If someone came up with a competitive, I guess, competition, they just applied to be competition, what would that look like, and with the process with the RA, and how long would a process like that take?
That's a very interesting question, Jamal. I mean, I'm only really here to talk about the public consultations that we have on today. But you and I can probably take that conversation offline. I don't want to drag your listeners down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, it is possible.
It's possible. No, I asked because one thing we do is when we have people on, regardless of what they're here to discuss, is we have a lot of questions. We want to keep the conversation focused, but what are the possibilities per se? Public consultation. How can people, if they're unable to make it to these public consultations? We're living in a digital age. You're here digitally in a studio. Are there Zooms? Are there options for people to be present without physically being present?
Oh, definitely. This is all online. So go to ra.bm and you will see links there that have the open public consultations. You can email those questions, those answers into the various questions that we've asked. And any other comment that people have, they can just email into us. So yeah, there's no need to be physically present to go to any physical meetings.
All right. And to be clear, and we just need to know this, who can be a part of the consultations?
Everybody that consumes electricity is welcome. So yes, anybody in the public, it could be residents, businesses. You're all open and welcome to make comments on the public consultations that we have open. We do, like I said, we have also have a redesign tariff out for comment out there as well. A redesign report, should I say, is an opportunity for people to weigh in on how their bill specifically is structured and making sure that it's done in a way that's most beneficial to them. So some of the things that might be of interest, for example, that we're considering, and we want to hear from people if they think it's a reasonable idea, is levelized billing. Somebody might have a bill that's $300 in the winter and say $500 in the summer. There's a possibility that we could set up a mechanism where your bill is $400 every month throughout the year, so that it's 400, it's going to be 400 regardless as to the swings in the year, and obviously that requires some adjustment from time to time as well. But those are the kind of things that we want to hear from the public. And was that be something of interest to you?
It's very interesting, and Jamal, I don't know how you pay your electricity bill, but just coming into the space of now having to pay one, it was great to, and I say that because I just moved into a new space, but having different ways that you could pay your bill. So how I pay mine is kind of like putting minutes on a phone. I just top it up every month. And when it gets to a certain price of $10, it would alert me that I need to put money on my electricity bill. So I don't have, is that even something of a conversation to employ in Belco in that sense? Having different methods?
Right. Yeah, in this modern age, I think it's a very good topic of conversation. Again, we're open to suggestions. I'm sure the utility would be as well, as to things that would be easier, simpler, and more useful for people to be able to pay their bills, Sherry. One other thing that, again, people may be of interest that we're pondering is the topic of what we're calling eligible customers, people that are essentially eligible to get assistance. And, so we're asking the public, what are your views on that? Should that be done within the industry? And ultimately, if it is done, how does it get paid for? Because everything ultimately has to be paid for.
Remember that part, folks. Not everyone's out to take advantage of you. Things have to be paid for. I say it all the time. Business is not the biggie man. Charles H. Jefferson II says that's called budget billing in the U.S. Loved it. Just remind people when these public consultations taking place so that they know how to be a part. And folks, if you forget, he'll tell you what website you can visit.
ra.bm. So they are currently open. They do have a limited window of being open for the next couple of weeks. So we encourage people, again, if you use electricity, this is your opportunity to have a say. Your say will be heard and accounted for. So go to ra.bm and email us your comments.
All righty. Well, I'm sure we expect a lot of emails to you because Belco, I'm just saying, the relationship between Bermudians and Belco is definitely a love-hate. We Bermudians seem to love them around hurricane times, but outside of that, it's a lot of hate. I'm just saying. But thank you so much for taking the time to explain this. And I really do hope that Bermudians see themselves as part of the solution and in these public consultations. And I hope that the suggestions or the feedback is considered, because I know a lot of people are discouraged from participating because they feel as if, oh, well, they're just going to do what they do anyway. So thank you for having this conversation. And I do hope, audience, that you took from it a sense of belief that you will be heard. All right.
Thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Sherry.
No problem. Have a wonderful day, folks at the RA. Good stuff.
All right.
Talk soon.
Thank you much.
All righty.
Okay.
All right, folks. Abayomi Carmichael from the Regulatory Authority. Do not go anywhere. Thanks again. If you appreciated that conversation, found it helpful, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to take a quick break. Come back. Don't worry, I've got the joke book right here. But we're going to have the daily play and we'll wrap it up. Yeah, Sherry. You and mine ain't shutting me down. No, it's not happening.
I almost had it. Almost.
Not happening like that.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
I'm part of the SSCP, giving us opportunities to go out and sell, which is what I'm doing today.
One of the most important things I learned in the SSCP is that failure is just a part of being an entrepreneur.
As a vote community, then you can't go anywhere, can you? I just believe it's a really beautiful and amazing experience for everybody.
A lot of late nights being up, trying to finalize things, especially for me.
You don't have to do everything at once. Little steps is the key to success.
They helped me go through every step of the way.
It has helped me gain more confidence, so that's one thing.
I'm Marley Spriggs and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Joshua Allen and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Trey Robertson Richards and I am an entrepreneur. My name is Namira Rayner and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Vincent Darrell and I am an entrepreneur.
I'm Shayla Swan and I'm an entrepreneur.
I am Sophia Paxenhan. I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Zion and I'm a young entrepreneur.
All righty. Thanks again to Abayomi Carmichael from the Regulatory Authority for stopping by, discussing public consultation with us. Folks, if you appreciated that conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. It's thanks again to One Communications, People's Pharmacy, Medical House, and Lenders for ensuring we're able to do this with you as well. Time for the Daily Play. Brought to you by Heineken 0.0, great taste, no alcohol, and Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sherry, are you ready?
I was on a winning streak last week, so let's see what's happening.
All right, it's Who Said It. Quote, here we go. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. And that was from a very famous lawyer and wife.
Lawyer and wife, Michelle Obama. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you, Jamal. Okay, you're playing with me.
Okay.
And you saw that? Michelle Obama.
Congratulations, Sherry.
Thank you. I need some applause because that's like 4 in a row, I think. Give me my flowers. Yes.
Impressive.
Yes, today is going to be a good day, man.
Now let's see if you could get this joke.
Probably not. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
They're not judging me on the jokes there.
What is a ghost favorite fruit?
Hurley something. Ghost favorite fruit?
What's a ghost favorite fruit?
Apples, bananas, peaches. I don't know.
Ready?
Yeah.
A banana. Stop.
I was like apples, oranges, bananas, not like banana.
Banana.
Yeah, boo.
Well, look.
Boo.
Denise Hollis got boo berries, so she got it. Boo, yeah, bananas. It's bananas. Anyway, final thoughts on today's show. What's your thoughts? What you got?
Boo on that joke.
I was just saying, everybody was laughing. You heard them. They were laughing.
My stance again is I don't think Curtis Dickinson should have removed his video. I think it's very important to Bermudians, important to the island in regards to the information that he shared. And I think that he should have kept it where it was. As far as the RA, it was great to have at least some breakdown of what they do, some things about the Balco bill and the public consultations, and for people to get involved in them. So I appreciate Mr. Carmichael's conversation in regards to that.
Yeah, I think I agree. I a bit disappointed that the video was removed. At the end of the day, someone said, Bob Marley says, right? The truth may be an offense, but it's not a sin. And I think, I think everyone, including those within Mr. Dickinson's party, would agree that much of what he said would be seen as the truth. And so if we're removing truth from reality, is that really in the best interest of Bermuda and Bermudians? As far as the public consultation, again, thanks for the RA for considering this platform to have this conversation. But folks, public consultation is about our voices being heard. People think that we're living in a complaint era where we just go on social media or the Daily Hour and talk and complain. The truth is, we're trying to create spaces where we can have conversations and be a part of the process. Please ensure that you are a part of this process. Your Balco bills are dependent on you. Yeah, trust me, they need you. Sherry, you got any daily inspiration for us?
All dreams are within reach. All you have to do is keep moving towards them. And that's from Viola Davis.
I don't know about that, Viola. I mean, Charles Barkley kept chasing that dream of an NBA ring, and he never got that. And he kept going team to team, and it kept going further and further away from him.
Well, he just needs to keep moving towards them. Maybe it would happen, maybe never, but he was moving towards them, Jamal. Let's not, it's daily inspiration.
I'm sorry. I got caught up. Folks, again, Power Girl, Bermuda's Power Girl, Patrina O'Connor, painter. You want to check it out, just go to Jamal Hartman Unscripted on YouTube. A conversation that will probably inspire and try to probably get you on an emotional roller coaster, but it's an empowering conversation with her. First episode of Jamal Hartman Unscripted. Check it out. She's as real as they come, folks. She is the most honest conversation I've had with someone in a very long time in a public setting. So check that out. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, Linda's, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. Chief Sherry Vanderpool, I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. And don't forget to join and give us a thumbs up. All right? Peace.
Peace.